going live, so I'm turning on the focus. Do not disturb. And I'm going to go to your channel. I should be live. I am live. Hit that thumbs up button. Let me see. Do I like the sound of this? Okay. Yeah, it's pretty good. I got a special treat for you, too. A little bit later. I'll say good morning. Bum, bum, bum. And guess what's running? Boyle. It shot up this morning. Pre-market. Let's look at the 2-day. Oof. Right when it opened up. It had a good weekend. I'm busy doing... I do have a... Morning, Zephin. I got a special thing for you, too. I upgraded the Mac to... What is it? Ventura? Yeah, Ventura. My laptop is too old to upgrade to Ventura. So, I will be traveling this week. Tomorrow, I go to Los Angeles for the MLS finals. So, you will not have you may have a podcast tomorrow. I may hop on for a little bit in the morning. Won't be more than a 5-10 minute one because I'm going to be trying to get out of here. I think I've got an 11 a.m. flight. If I hop on at all. But here, I'm doing my scans. But Boyle and TQQ is at, I think it's right at about 20. If I'm not mistaken, let me look. 21.21, so it's not quite there. I'm going to look at, what was the one? MedP. I won't kill him, but, hey. I was close. I mean, 222 is where it's kind of sitting. 52-week high was 235, but getting out at 220. Man, when you get that kind of pop. Morning, WW. Good morning. I'm doing scans, and it's taking slow. I don't know why ARC Holdings is taking so long. Let's stop it, and let's go to... Let's see if I switch to the NASDAQ 100. If it takes as long as the ARC Holdings. By doing VRTX, those are the only two that showed up. In my wanting to own. Let's look at the S&P 100. And I'll go back to the ARCs. There's not a lot on scans right now. There we go. There's the ARC. Partner Communications, I hate it. CGen, boy. See, that's a falling knife. I can't recommend that one. The MACD is too high. The RSI is too high. Vertex, Signify. This is a healthcare one. Boy, that would have been nice to hit that gap up. I don't know what the hell happened in that gap up. But since it's up here, it's got that gap down. It's all the way back in August. What's crazy? I don't know why it's sitting. It's literally been sitting there with 0.7% moves. Hasn't moved whatsoever. We can't bring that up. We'll go back here. We'll look at Apple. Got it. by the way. And I think I said this. I posted this on YouTube. You're welcome for getting you guys in to Apple at 138. I think Jesse replied back he was in at 138. So I got a lot of things to cover this morning. Not too many. You know what? While you guys are on here, I'm going to earnings whispers because we want to calendar. And we are going to aftermarket close. NPXI, there's a lot of semiconductors that are car is one. Okay, we're going to put this in my notes. I like car after the bell. Let's look at Tuesday because I'm going to go over since I'm not going to be doing it this week. Sort by sales, by name, by time, by popularity. SoFi. Yeah, I say Uber. Sun. Oh, Sunoco. Phillips 66. I like Sunoco. Simon Property Group. I got to bring that up. SPG. I'm a big SPG guy. You guys know that one. This is all before the market opens tomorrow. So let's look at aftermarket close. AMD. I like that because I own that one. Devon. Energy Transfer. Mondelez is a great one. MicroStrategy. That's a great crypto play. I wonder what they're going to say. Clorox. There was a question about Clorox before. Clorox and Apple. You know what? Here. CNBC.com. We're going to do Clorox. And then this is what was interesting. I was looking at this. I think it was last week. If you do year to date and you compare it to Apple. Clorox. So Clorox and Apple year to date are exactly exactly the same. That's what's crazy. Yeah. I'm not going to show that one. But Clorox was one. Cheesecake Factory, We'll go to Wednesday before the bell. Do we like anything? Popularity. Nah, I don't like anything before the CVS, Progressive, Generic, Humana, Estee Lauder, Goose Down. Paramount was just downgraded. God, that could be a crazy one on earnings if they were downgraded and then they show a beat. Let's look at after market close. Roku, we got Qualcomm. Okay. Monday. Tuesday. Wednesday. This is after market close. Qualcomm MRO. I own Etsy. Fastly, I used to own. Skills is one. I think somebody said, hey, they got Skills. Suncor. CF Industries. That's a fertilizer company. That could be huge. Yeah, I'm not going to go too far down on this, but okay. That is Wednesday. Let's go to Thursday. This is before Mark. Open Peloton. PTON. mRNA. I like that one. COP. I love COP. You guys know. Royal Caribbean. Marriott could be a big one. Nikola. I fucking hate Nikola. LNG. That's a big one. Penn National Gaming. By the way, this is what you call research. So when you guys, I say, Skills. Yeah, 96. I won't cover it because you know what, Zephin? Skills is one of those. If you ever play, I was actually just playing Candy Crush yesterday while I was watching football. I was watching soccer. I forget which. And Candy Crush has this commercial where a woman comes up, and it's like a gambling commercial where the wheels are spinning on like a slot machine. She goes, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I won!" And she, her account balance goes from like, $2 to $1,000, then $5,000, and $10,000, and $20,000, and she's like freaking out. And then it's like skills. Why not get paid to play games? It's Okay, let's look at aftermarket close. You've got, we're going by popularity, PayPal, Square, Coinbase. Oh, come on. Aftermarket. Okay, PayPal, Square, Coin, Starbucks. Aftermarket close. PAL, Coin, Melly. I know I brought up Melly from a listener. Melly's been doing horribly, and if you didn't read, the Brazilian elections just got, it was 50.2 something the guy won. So it's like 0.2. GoPro. Anybody have the new GoPro? Anybody listening have the new GoPro? It's interesting because we won't bring that up. Doesn't Oxy? Let me see. Oxy. November 8th. Okay, so they don't come up. There's a couple of them that, we'll look at where they go. Okay. I'm going to start the podcast, I think. Look at Boyle. Under 41. But, okay. I'll start the podcast now. Good morning. It's Monday, October 31st. Happy Halloween to everyone. And if you're not watching my Twitter, you may not have noticed this weekend, but I posted that Spotify notified me that the majority of my audience listens to Drake and Kanye. Those are the two top artists. First off, I probably couldn't name a Drake song. I definitely could not name a Kanye song, but what I'm more interested in is you guys telling me what you think of Kanye. Go and comment on my Twitter where I posted that picture of Rick already commented he hates Kanye. I'm not a Kanye fan from just social media. The social media stuff that he has done, if you haven't heard, so he was anti-Semitic, very kind of Aryan Nation kind of thing. Said that George Floyd died from fentanyl, not from, but we saw a fucking knee on his neck. After all of that, and after he came down from a billionaire status, he now is apologizing, and he's now going completely back, saying he was corrupted. that God has shown him his way. Guys, come on. Tell me what you think of Kanye, honestly. And I'll keep an open mind. I go by the things that he says. And what he says is pretty horrific, from a human being standpoint. So I think there was a comedian that I posted, Andrew something. Oh, I got to look him up on Instagram. But I either Andrew Schultz. And if you haven't seen him, go and look at his podcast. He goes on a great Kanye rant. And he's asking people, hey, now that Kanye has been, people who were kind of protecting Kanye, he asked them to go on a rant. Tell me how you protect Kanye after he just said what I just said was wrong. So everybody who's saying that he was right when he himself says he was wrong, what do you say now? So, again, I'll keep an open mind. So I agree with Andrew Schultz. Either A, he's a moron. B, he doesn't believe this and wants to stir up hype, and has just fanned some flames way too hard. Or C, the guy needs help. And if you've ever, if some of you guys may be old enough to understand, and I grew up in a very artistic kind of, I have Oscar winners who I went to high school with. I have people who you guys may know, Jim Murphy from the LCD Sound System. I went to high school with Ethan Hawke. I went to high school with, Chris McQuarrie. I went to high school with. I knew some people through living in California that were artists. They're a different breed, and I don't want to say, I don't say that they're strange or anything, but there's a different feeling within an artist, and they definitely feel deeper, love deeper, have a whole deeper life. So maybe Kanye's going through some mental things. He did, divorce Kim, and he's been going on manic episodes threatening Pete Davidson. So whatever. But I thought that was interesting that you guys listened to Drake and Kanye, because it's outside of my realm. I've posted that I sing to Barry Manilow while running 10 miles. And I sing at the top of my lungs with headphones in. So it's a different kind of thing. As far as the markets go, did you guys see Apple on Friday? Whoa. I couldn't have predicted it. I absolutely did not predict it. I did tell people on Friday, when it was dipping, even Thursday night after earnings, I said under 140 is a great price for Apple. Over 140 is not a bad price for Apple. Here's what I'll say at Apple. It's trading in the pre-market down about 1% at 153. There was a report out that Foxconn, who is their major manufacturer of the iPhone, is in COVID lockdowns. And if you haven't heard, China is doubling down on COVID lockdowns. Shanghai Disney is closed. Foxconn, there's some report that they have over 200,000 cases of COVID. They've been said that, they've denied the report. Obviously, Apple will never confirm the report, blah, blah, blah. But here are my thoughts at 153. It's clear they are the market leader of FANG, meaning Amazon dropped. Netflix popped on earnings, but Netflix won't hold that. Google dropped on earnings. Microsoft dropped on earnings. And you all saw Meta. Apple, in my mind, I think anything under 150 is a decent price. I think if you get it under 140, even better. If you get it between 140 and 145, I think that's where you enter. I won't condone trading this one. I think you buy and hold this one. If you wanted to trade Apple, my suggestion is learn options, because the options players on Friday killed it. Absolutely killed it on Friday. There's the possibility that there was a short. There's the possibility that Warren Buffett just loaded up on Apple after that earnings. There's a bunch of possibilities, but the reality is that you can see clearly. I've got it up on my screen. There's that volume. Look at that volume in the morning. That's higher than any other 4-hour period that we've seen. The volume of buying was tremendous. The only other time that we saw this volume was May 12th. I don't know what happened on May 12th, but it was a huge down day. And the stock just stopped. What you're seeing is now, if we look at the daily on Apple, you're seeing kind of just crossed the 200-day on the daily. The 200-day is providing resistance. It's at 156. That's 100% resistance right there. And the last time it crossed the 200-day was July 29th. It went from 162 all the way up to about 176. So I would expect kind of a run like that. One of the things that you've got to look at is specifically for the SPY. And I'm going to the daily on the SPY. And if you watch on YouTube, you can see it kind of there. We've had a couple of runs this year. You had this March run, which crossed the 200-day on the SPY. It pulled back. Then you had this June run, which touched the 200-day. So both times you either touched or beat the 200-day. You've got a gap at the 200-day between 402 and 408. But 408 is the 200-day. The real question with a lot of people is, are we running back up to this 200-day just to retreat? So we're at Fed week. Fed's going to announce they're going to have their meeting on Tuesday. They're going to have their press conference on Wednesday. That's going to be key. That's going to be kind of crazy. And what I want to tell you is, be careful of the stocks that you have and that you hold. There is a great video. In fact, I'm going to bring it up on the screen so you guys can see it right now on YouTube, so you know exactly which video that it is. I'll mute that. But it's that notifications don't allow. I don't know why it's telling me that. But here, stocks don't always come back. Logically Answered is the channel, but the title is Stocks Don't Always Come Back. It's only got 103,000 views, March 28th, 2022. It is a pretty good, like for instance, we were talking about Skills on the YouTube chat before I came on the podcast. I don't know that Skills is coming back. And this kind of goes over that exact thing. You can see Skills on the screen now. It's got a bunch of entries from the algorithm, but I don't know that it's ever coming back, because here's the thing. It's not making money. This is a great concept about paying people to actually game and sharing in that revenue. It's down 86% year to date. I don't think it's ever coming back. Its 52-week high is 1313. But that's just 52 weeks ago. I think it was even higher before that. But I don't know that it's necessarily coming back. And if you want to watch a video, again, it's Stocks Don't Always Come Back by a channel called Logically Answered. And that will guide you into, okay, let me try and figure out which stocks in my portfolio do have a 52-week or an all-time high that maybe they may not come back into, and why they may not. It's a great video. 10 out of the 11 S&P sectors were up last week. There were several that were up rather large. XLU, utilities. This one, you had a buy-in at 62.30. This, you were at 67.42. So not quite 10%, but you're close on a sector. You're close. It was 6.5%. By the way, I'm getting these specific sectors from My Weekly Stock. The guy has a great newsletter. It's fantastic. Comes out on Sunday. He picks a weekly stock, which is typically a large cap stock in the Dow, where he does options. And if you go to his website, here, I'll go to it right now. myweeklystock.substack. Let me see. Let me read it first. There you go. If you go in here, you can look at all of his kind of stock picks for the week, archive, about. In his about, You can read more. What you'll get as a subscriber, historical performance tracker. If you go into his performance tracker, look at his performance. I mean, 6% this year doesn't look great compared to the last 3 years. But you know what? The S&P is down, 20% this year? So look at this. Now, this is, let me read it first. Here is what I wanted to show you. This is the options trading. And you can see he's up $20,176. Initial investment was $15,000. So he's annual return is 135% in his option stuff. He basically guides you through right here. Here's the weekly details of his options trades, and he'll go through them. He emails you when he's in, when he's out. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I think the weekly newsletter is fantastic. You get an email, but that's where I'm getting these three. XLU, fantastic week, 6.5%. Doesn't mean that you'll get it this week, but we're kind of looking in. One of the things that I told you is I'll start looking at some of these sectors. XLI, which is industrials, up 6.7% last week. You had a buy-in here on September 29th at 83.57. You're at 94.63 in the industrials. This is a crazy good chart for this one, for this week. Now, there's a gap down here. You have all the confirmation in the world. It's trading above the Bollinger Band, above the 200-day. This to me, in a bear market, is an obvious going to probably pull back at about 100, but it's at 94 right now. XLF was up 6.2%. I've talked about this one before. 31.45 was the buy-in on October 13th. You're at 34.18. So you've got your 10%. But again, I got those from the newsletter. The worst performing sector was communication services, XLC. And you can see right here, we got out of it last week, but it hasn't been a good service, a good sector at all. Like I said, the biggest catalyst for this week is going to be the Fed. It's going to basically drive everything. So I don't want to go over any news. I don't want to go over anything. What I will do is go over some earnings that I think are pretty good. The first one is Avis, and the symbol is CAR, C-A-R. They're reporting after the bell today. This is what's crazy. At the end of September 28th, the buy-in on CAR was 155. You're at 253 right now. It just got under the Bollinger Bands. This has been killing it on earnings. The thought process was they can't continue to kill it on earnings. Look at the earnings per share. You had in the first quarter, $7.08. Second quarter, $9.99. Third quarter, $15.94. This quarter, who knows? The RSI is high. It's 81. I would not say play this one into earnings. If you wanted to do something with earnings and think that this is going to justify it, here's what we'll do. We'll go into FinViz. The PE is 5. So it's not crazy expensive. This year it's up 17%. Its 52-week high is 545. This is trading at 243 and its 52-week high is 545. It could get back there. If you guys, I'm renting a car in Los Angeles for the MLS finals. The prices are crazy. Again, this one reports after the bell today. I tend to think that this one could, again, roll the dice. This run-up scares the F out of me. But remember, Tesla had a run-up into earnings. A lot of these, Apple had a run-up into earnings. A lot of these had run-ups into earnings. So it doesn't mean anything. It's about, what is it? Let's see. It's 84% above its 52-week low, which was 131. It's 55% below its 52-week high. Still have, 52 weeks. But remember, stocks don't always come back. They don't always come back. But this is one where I think you could do well. Tuesday before the market opens, so you would buy it either today or in after hours. First one is BP. This is British Petroleum. This is an energy company. You can't get any better than this. $28 was the buy-in at September 30th. You're up at 33 right now. Your RSI is outrageous at 70. Their earnings, again, $1.23 here, $1.92, $2.91. Who knows what it's going to be. The volume is there. The MACD is there. This one has had that crazy run right before earnings. You see what it did here. The last time before earnings, it had a cross up July 18th. Earnings was on August 1st. It went from 27 up to 28 right around earnings, and then ran all the way up to 34 before crashing back down to 28. You've got a gap here below between 29 and 28. So at some point, I think it comes back to fill that. But do I think that these guys are going to report a bad quarter? Come on, it's energy. Who's reporting a bad quarter in energy? Another one before the bell, Sunoco, SUN. You're seeing this run up. 39 was the run up, the buy on October 13th. It's had constant confirmation above the 9-day here inside the Bollinger Bands. You're at 43. Don't know what the earnings will be. It's an interesting one. You don't have any gaps in this one that need to be filled. There's nothing that says that it's going to retreat back. The 200-day, you can see it dips below the 200-day right there, but it provides a pretty good resistance, and the 200-day is at 39. So I like Sunoco. Again, it's energy. One that I own for before the market opens is MPLX. This is one that, are they doing before the market? Yeah, pre-market tomorrow. Again, buy-in was $30.40. This is like a 9% dividend. It's up at $33.66. So if you bought in at the cross up, which I know I went over because I own it, you have the confirmation above the 9-day. There's no gaps here that need to be filled. This gap right here was already filled. There's nothing below it that I see that needs to be filled. The RSI is high, and the MACD is looks like it's reached its peak. It might be crossing down. But do I think that they're going to raise I think they're going to raise the dividend. I think they're going to give something back. This is one that constantly has just performed really, really well for me. A podcast favorite, I can say, one of my favorites is Simon Property Group. They report tomorrow before the open. 91.25 was the cross up on September 29th. I know I went over this. It's at $108. 20% you've gotten on this one. Right before earnings, the gap here has been filled. You can clearly see the gap down that was between 103 and 104. Clearly filled. You're within the above the 9-day, within the lower Bollinger Band. I don't know what they're going to report. They might give guidance that their stores are filled, that malls are reopened. Who knows what they're going to do? The algorithm, the average win is 11%. Part of the reason why I like it. You do only win 26% of the time. This one is a big, big win. Now, do I wish I could go back and buy it at 91? Abso-freaking-lutely. I said the pivot point on this one was 100, 108. Not horrible. I think there's a $120 stock, so you probably have at least 10% more in it. In a good market, if we're not, again, stocks don't always go back to where they are. But this one is a good one. SPG, we can look at it against its competitors just because I know it fairly well. The PE is 17. It's got a 6.42% dividend. Its 52-week high was 171. And that wasn't too long ago. That was in January. Since then, it's kind of gotten beaten down and kind of stayed down. Hasn't reached its 200-day. Still got that one. This little yellow line right there. So you're 36% above that 171. You're 26% again above its 52-week low, which was $86. Now, the other one is SKT in this one. These are the two that I typically traded. SKT's PE, 45. Its dividend, 4.92. You're only 20% below your 52-week high, which is $22. It's trading at $17.90. And if we look at the chart on this one, it looks completely different than Simon. There's differences in their dollar. I think it's Simon. Simon takes rental of the actual space, whereas Tanger takes both rental and a percentage of the sales from the stores. Doesn't matter which store it is, but I believe that's the difference. But I like Simon Property Group. Tanger's got their earnings, looks like November 2nd, and it's post-market. So Wednesday after the market. You can probably see, again, look at that MACD is super up there. The RSI is at 71. This one you had a cross up here at 1402. You're at 1790. You got 20% just like you had with Simon. After the market closed tomorrow, AMD, one that I personally own, SOXL is the semiconductor long. There are a bunch of semiconductors reporting. You just look at, the stock looks like it's just been beaten down so much. It's crazy how much this is beaten down. Do I think this is going back to the 200-day at $80 with earnings? No way. Do I think it could pop for 10%? They might give some guidance about Taiwan. They might give some guidance about, some buyback, some dividend. This is one that I'm just kind of hoping. But the one that I really like with earnings after the bell tomorrow is Devon. Devon Energy reports tomorrow. This is a podcast favorite. $60.96 was the buy-in on September 29th. I have always said anything below 60, you buy it. Anything above 60, you sell once it loses its confirmation. It did lose its confirmation. There is a kind of a button hook here. My reluctance to sell it is because earnings were coming up. And I kind of think that, again, you look at these energy earnings. I don't know that it justifies 75. When we look at Devon, their PE is 9. Year to date, they're up 76%. They're only 3% below their 52-week high of 78. So this one could be one that you trade. If you've had a good run on it, I think my average purchase is like $53 at this point. You do have a dividend that's probably coming up. You can see right here. I don't think they've announced the dividend yet. Let me see if they do have a dividend X date. I don't think that they do. I think they announce it on their earnings. Yeah, they'll announce it on their earnings. And by the way, we looked at this on YouTube. Boyle is up above 40. So it's gotten all the way to about 42, but it's up there. Another energy one that I like that is up for earnings is Energy Transfer. ET is the symbol. This is one, they run pipelines. This is one, it crossed up on September 30th at $10.91. You're trading at $12.53. So you've gotten at least your 10%, if not more. Their earnings are coming up. Their ex-dividend date usually is right after that. Earnings, Energy Transfer, we can go in here. Their PE is 9. They have an 8.46% dividend. The last analyst, they had an overweight on January 7th at $12. It's trading at $12.53. So, but that was January. So Zacks has it. Insider Monkey has it. Again, you can kind of look at what these guys do. Insider trading, September 13th, there was a guy who bought 6 million shares, who's the executive chairman. On September 12th, he bought $29 million worth of shares. Same guy on August 9th bought $17 million of shares. This guy, who's the executive chairman, has just been loading up on shares August and September. Doesn't always indicate something great, but August and September, that's this quarter. You can clearly see that it's run to close to its 52-week high of $12.57. So again, you're hitting this at its 52-week high. So that's the danger, but you do have an 8% dividend. So you'd have to really screw up to have this one go back down about 10% to take out that dividend. Wednesday before the open, we have Qualcomm. And you guys that know chips, I don't personally own Qualcomm. I probably should with the amount of times that I've touted it. Now, I have loved this one from 170 down to 111. It has provided you several attempts to break back up. This is one full self-driving. They have Volkswagen using their chips. These are the Snapdragon chips that are used in a lot of Android phones. You've got earnings coming up before the bell. Your dividend X date is November 30th. And they have a fairly low PE. Now, you did have a cross up here at 111. You're trading at 119. Let me just make sure. Let me see what because chips are going down in the pre-market. You're trading, I think it was 117, 118. 118.40 is where you're at in the pre-market. So you are above this. Your RSI is kind of high at about 55. Probably will come down in the pre-market. I think if you could get this around 115, you'd be safe for earnings. Now, here's the thing. Chips are dangerous right now. That's why I say stay in SOXS, SOXL, and trade the trend. Just use a trend line. If you're going to invest in an actual stock, I think Qualcomm is your safest of all the chips. They have a good dividend, so you can sit it out while you can. I think they've been beaten down enough that they're down to, I don't want to say a floor because you could hit 100. The 52-week range of Qualcomm is 104 is the low. And remember, you're trading at 118. So you're 13% above your 52-week low. Your 52-week high is 193. You're 38% there. So you're not quite in the middle. It does have PE of 10, 2.52% dividend. So I do think that you have an opportunity here, but I don't want to overstate it. If you're looking for after the bell on Wednesday, Marathon Oil. Marathon Oil is one that's just run up. You had a buy-in here at $22.82 on September 30th. You are trading above the Bollinger Bands. It's kind of just quite, it pulled back a bit, probably down today in pre-market. Let me make sure. MRO, I don't think they have a big pre-market move. $30.02. So under 30, I think you could pull the trigger because when we look at MRO, the 52-week high is 33.24. Now, I don't usually trade based on 52-week highs and things like that. But if you don't think that this is going to be a record quarter, again, look at Chevron, look at Exxon. They had lower cost of oil, or I should say sales price of oil per barrel, but they made more money. That's what good companies do, and I think Marathon Oil is one of those companies. So if you buy below 30, I think you could hit 33 at some point in the next couple of weeks. You have your ex-dividend date that trades right on November 15th. The ex-dividend, the dividend is only 1.19 in this one. So Thursday before the market opens, an interesting one that I've talked about that I really like is Peloton. And the reason I like Peloton is I hate the stock, love the service. I love their yoga programs. I love their bike programs. I did the Peloton hack. If you don't know what the Peloton hack is, look it up on YouTube. You basically buy a cheap bike with some sensors and you do it so that you don't have to pay $1,000, $2,000 for an actual Peloton bike. And rather than paying $45, $49 per month for your actual subscription service that you have to use with the bike, you actually only pay $12. If you're a student, it's $6. If you're military, it's $6. And you get access to all of that stuff. The only difference is you can't be on the leaderboard. Who the F cares about the leaderboard when you can save, almost $200, $300 a year? Go and buy yourself a little blackboard that you can put up and write your name on and just say leaderboard and do that. Or buy one of those rocket books, that you can type, you can write in every day for your leaderboard. or do, an Excel spreadsheet with your own stuff, leaderboard. I like this one. The problem they're going to have is they do have some, they just have tons of these bikes, treadmills. They announced a rowing machine. I don't know if they're going to get great coverage from this one. You do have a gap up here between 11 and 13. Don't expect that one to get filled anytime soon. But if you want to gamble, this one might be worth the gamble. Because again, I like the service. I really do like the service. mRNA, Moderna, hype stock 101. The insiders are all selling. There are no buyers of this from the inside. We had a cross up here at 136.53. We're trading at 150. This is one that the algorithm makes you 270%. Buying and holding only makes you 122%. You have 26 positions. Your average win is 26%. You win 50% of the time. It's over 1,000 candles. The problem that you're going to have with Moderna, they probably will announce the price of their COVID drug. The problem is, come January, no government's actually buying it. Insurance companies will charge you for the shots. What they charge you, what Moderna charges, what Moderna will make, who knows? Moderna is a one-trick pony. The COVID vaccine is the only thing they have. They are coming out with others, and as they announce others, you can expect this to absolutely go crazy. mRNA, they sued Pfizer. Nobody's getting any money from that lawsuit other than the lawyers. Their PE is 4. They are 59% below their 52-week high of 376. They are 31% above their 52-week low of 115. Year to date, it's down 40%. Again, this is hype train. You've already had a portion of this hype already traded in. This is what it does almost every earnings period. Look at this one. You can see it climbed up there and then came down. You can see it climbed up right about earnings, but then quickly came down. We can go back even to the previous earnings. You can see kind of got hyped up, but this is where it kind of slipped. Again, I think the world is COVID tired, but I do like this one for a play on earnings. ConocoPhillips reports on Thursday before the bell. And stay tuned because the big one's coming up right next. But ConocoPhillips Oil Company, I can't say anything. You've got all of these. Look at all the confirmation. 106.93. I've said it before, and if you look at the titles of the podcast, just scroll down. Energy's been in here for at least 3-4 weeks since the end of August. Now, we did have this pullback. I got it wrong. I'm not perfect. Let's do our best Jim Cramer impression. I want to apologize. I got it wrong. I was misled. The hubris is enormous. Douche. Yeah. If you like that, comment below. I'm using my my influencer voice there. Comment below. Hit like and subscribe. But yeah, ConocoPhillips, how can I say anything bad? They're going to make a shit ton of money. The big one that's coming out Thursday before the open is Cheniere Energy. This is one that has another cross up at 174.35. This one got you out October 25th. It has you back in. It has been a flyer. And here's what you have to know. This one above 150 just continues to print money. Josh Brown on CNBC said it at 150. He thought that was a significant support pivot level. He said if it dips under 150, you should buy it. If it goes above 150, we're off to the races. The 200 days at 153. They will most likely announce. Here's the problem that you have. So what Cheniere Energy, the benefit that they have a Louisiana port where they liquefy natural gas. They put it on a ship, and it sells for like $8 or something per measurement here. It's selling for close to $200 in the Dutch. The problem is they've got a ton of ships that are basically sitting in the ocean with a bunch of liquid natural gas in Europe that they can't offload. Europeans have maxed out their storage capability. They also don't have the facilities to actually receive it in the ports. So you've basically got all these ships. I don't know what's going to happen, but this is dangerous because this could be one of those you win 40% of the time. This could be one of the 60% that you actually lose on this cross up. And the reason I say it could be is if they say, yeah, we can't get into Europe. Well, there's your problem. So while you've got some money in this one, it did just do a cross up. I would probably wait for the earnings on this and trade the momentum. Look at it. If it's up 10%, you know what? It's going to be up 20%. So I think you buy into this one early. I think maybe you play some options, but have some significant stop losses on it. I like it, but again, it's a risk. After the bell on Thursday, you have PayPal. I personally own this one. I think I'm at like a $200 price point. Yeah, so you can look at this one. But November 3rd, after the bell, you had a cross up here at 85.74. You're trading at about 86. It's 85.41 pre-market, so you're below the actual trigger here. You might get sold out. That MACD, take a look at this MACD before earnings. It's kind of crossing down, so you can take your chance. Another one that is reporting after the bell is Square. Square has had some upward trajectory. You had a $57.03 buy-in on October 18th. Let's see. Let's look at Square versus PayPal in FinBiz. Square, not making money. Their forward PE is 40. PayPal, if I can type, PayPal has a PE of 49. So it's a toss-up which one you want to invest in. Square. But there's been a recent run-up on crypto. And could Coinbase be one that takes advantage of this? They have their earnings coming up after the bell on Thursday. This one could be good. You've capitulated here between about 45 and I'd say 80 because this one that just breached the 200-day, you're riding the 200-day as support and resistance at this point. It's just not doing anything. I don't know that it's necessarily hugely attractive to me. The algorithm loses you 71%. Buying and holding loses you 81%. You win 30% of the time, 30 positions. Your average win is only 7%. So I think there's better ones out there. But I like it because if you want exposure to the crypto, I think that's one that you look at. November 8th, speaking of crypto, is Mara, Marathon Digital Holdings. I like this one for crypto. If you're going to do anything in this space, I would stay out of Coinbase and go to Mara. That's personally what I would do. Your average, I'm not here. So you have 29 positions over 1,000 candles. 31% are wins. Your average win is 110%. That's because you have had a couple of crazy runs on this. This one in particular, look at this. $5.94. You ran this, and that was July 6th. You ran it all the way up August 19th for 112%. You could have gotten there even better. This one, you've got a couple of crazy wins on this. Their earnings are coming up next week. If you're going to do crypto, I think I'd do Mara. I would gamble on Mara versus Coin. Starbucks is coming up Thursday after the bell. I got my dad out at 75 on this one. You have a MACD cross up just here on Friday, 87.44. It's using that 200-day as support on the 4-hour chart. Their ex-dividend date is right afterwards. With China shutting down, this one's dangerous. I'll just kind of put it that way. I'm not a huge Starbucks fan. I think their food is crap. I don't drink coffee. So it is what it is. Melly comes up on Thursday. This is Mercado Libre. maybe. Libre, tomato. 8.6% is what the algorithm gets you. This one has been uninspiring to me, but because a listener brought this one up previously, I saw it on the list. I thought I'd bring it up. Since they brought it up, you really haven't had much. I mean, it's been trading here between 701 and 1100, but that's since August. Ever since kind of the last earnings, which was August 3rd, you kind of ran up here, but you've been trending down. Make no mistake, this is a downward trend on this one. There are gaps up here, though. You're trading at 878. There are gaps here at 900, 910 to 930. There's another gap here, 955 to 973. So this one could be an opportunity to fill those gaps up if they report. This is I believe it's the Amazon of Latin America. So it's interesting. BOIL is one that is running pre-market. Let's look at where it is. I will switch over here to Active Trader Pro, and we will look at BOIL. And BOIL is currently, I think it's at 40. Yeah, $40.94. It opened up at $40.41. So it took off for a little bit, but it's trading in the algorithm. Let's switch back over to Safari View. In the algorithm, you've got it here at $39.56. You've traded here, and I've said this is a downward trend right after this MACD cross up, and it's been trading between 35 and 40. I said anything under 40, I think you could make some money if this one starts to move. Remember, it's a levered natural gas futures ETF. So this holds no value. This isn't one where you just buy it and hold it, and God, I'm just going to forget about it. It's not one that you do that with. There's a couple that I want. I didn't get any scans, by the way, so I won't look at any scans because nothing really showed up that's interesting. And it's Fed week. But this is what I wanted to show you guys. Caterpillar, which is a Dow stock. September 30th, you had a cross up here at 165. Today, you're trading at 216. That run up in a Dow stock is phenomenal. Unheard of. Caterpillar was downgraded to a hold by one of the major brokerage houses. So I don't want you to think that this is a trigger to buy on this one. But I wanted to show you kind of what you can do. See down here how the MACD is kind of low. The RSI is low. Well, when you have a good company with good earnings, with good management, that just may have gotten caught up in the economic cycle of the world, which Caterpillar did. It's not time to throw in the towel, but it's time to look at that opportunity. And so that's where I think you can really look at that video that I talked about earlier. Stocks don't always come back. Take a look at it in Caterpillar's view. Take a look at it, Deere. Deere is a similar one that has run up, not as much as Caterpillar. It wasn't as beaten down, but 341 on about the same time period, September 29th, and you're at 399. So there are a lot of these. And Deere has earnings coming up November 22nd. There's a lot of these that you can find. And the reason why I scan the Dow 30, the S&P 100, the NASDAQ 100, the ARK funds, I have my own watch list. The reason why I do that is because we can try and find some of these that are beaten down. When I do a scan, I do look for some of these. I don't always catch them, but sometimes I do. So one of the things that happened over the weekend that we may want to watch is wheat has hit a 2-week high. And you're out of it right now on the algorithm, but there is an ETF that trades for wheat, and it's WEAT. It is not attractive in any sense. You win 50% of the time, 46% to be exact. The algorithm makes you 52%. Buying and holding makes you 46%. Again, this is over 1,000 candles. You can see when the food shortage in Ukraine really started back in February here. This one pumped all the way up to about, it looks like $12, $12.75, almost $13. And then it kind of shrunk down. And then it went, and then, oh shit, we've got another food shortage. And then, oh, well, maybe we'll be okay. And it comes down. Now, if I go to a weekly chart of this WEAT, you'll see we've just run up here. That's all we did this year. For the rest of the years, this has been in a downward spiral. And WEAT just kind of came up. And it's not huge, but you can see, look at the volume. There was nothing before this year. And then all of a sudden the war in Ukraine. But you can see it's just trending down. So while you hear WEAT, WHEAT, wheat, is at a 2-week high, still not super attractive to me. I'd rather see you go into the Mosaics, which is MOS, which is a fertilizer company. I think that's a good one. Tom had sent me a couple of fertilizer companies this morning, I think. I didn't get a chance to look at them completely, but here, $50.63, and it's now trading at 54. Not a bad trade on this one for a couple of weeks, October 19th. Their earnings are coming up November 7th, so next week. So remember this week, it's all about the Fed. Now, I've got you know what, Jesse? You are right. I've got a couple up here that I've got to go over. Okay, let's look at WCC. I'll look at WCC for Jesse, and we'll do that one right now. WCC. And I've got Jackson and Corey as well. WCC, Westco International, Jesse asked about. Boy, look at this one. 128.36 is the cross up on October 24th. You do have some gaps up here. Their earnings are coming up November 2nd. Let me see. Let's see what the analysts are saying about this one. WCC is Westco International. Their PE is 11. They don't have a dividend. They are 4% up this year. Analyst on October 17th, 148 to 150 is Jefferies' price target. Westco International provides business-to-business distribution, logistics services, and supply chain solutions to the United States, Canada, and internationally. Operates 3 segments: electrical and electrical solutions, electronic solutions, communications and security solutions, and utility and broadband solutions. This is one that, I'm not 100% sure I love, but heading into earnings, you can clearly see it's got confirmation. 128 up to 137. It's not a horrible move. The RSI, though, is at 65. The MACD's kind of crossing over there. They're going to have to announce some crazy good earnings, I think. So I think that's... I think there's better places, better opportunities in the market, Jesse, to be honest with you. One that Jackson from Instagram sent me is PHO, P-H-O. This is Invesco Water, and this isn't super exciting. The performance, the algorithm makes you 23%. Buying and holding this one makes you 21%. It's water resources. I mean, everybody needs water. Probably through a pandemic, even a recession, you're probably looking at it a pretty decent solution here. But you've got a MACD cross up here at 46.82. There's no earnings. This is an ETF, 46.82. You're running all the way up to 50. It definitely has a high RSI at 64. The MACD's, you're kind of seeing that button hook. And I think with running a high on this Bollinger Band, you're going to see that. You're going to see it high. It crossed below the 200-day on September 21st. It crossed up above it on October 25th. You have some gaps up here between 51 and 52, say it, and 52 and 53. So you do have some gaps to cover, 6-7% above where you're at today. Maybe it runs up to that. I don't see anything super exciting about it, but it is, again, it's water resources. So I can't imagine that it's horrible. One that Corey was betting on, and this one was interesting because it's housing. And we've talked about DRV. being a crazy good ETF against the housing crisis, essentially what could be the housing crisis. Now, DHI, which is D.R. Horton, I am not into home builders whatsoever. I think these guys, they charge a shit ton of money for new houses. They put together a box, and then you got to customize it yourself. That's kind of the way I view it. But I like custom home builders a little bit better. These guys, D.R. Horton, I'm not a huge fan of. You did have a cross up here at 71.19, and that was October 24th, so just last week. You've had a crazy good run here. Now, the earnings are coming up November 8th. They have basically been saying that prices for them, meaning their costs, have been coming down significantly. They are putting up houses. You guys know, I think I've mentioned this before. There's a housing shortage in this country. So the reason the houses went up quickly and we didn't have enough houses was because people moved out of the cities during the pandemic. The other thing is, money was cheap, so you could get it. I had lunch with my real estate agent last week. I asked, are people buying down? He said, no, they're just taking out, bigger percentage mortgages and hoping that they'll refinance. So I don't know that there's a housing crisis, but this is clear. This has run up completely from 71. You do have earnings coming up November 8th. And if we look at this one looks interesting to me just because DRV was beaten down so much. And it continues to be beaten down. You got a 1.15% dividend. You're pretty much in the middle of your 52-week range. 59 was your 52-week low. You're 31% above that. 110 is your 52-week high. You're 30% below that. Year to date, you're down 28%. So you're down even bigger than SPY. Let me see what SPY would, just so I'm up to date. SPY is 18%. So you're down even more than SPY. Your PE is 5. You can do a comparison of the others. October 21st, Raymond James downgraded these guys to from $103 down to $77. The only KeyBank Capital Partners upgraded them in September, and they put a price target of 84. So I don't know how to value these guys. They do have earnings coming up. There could be a huge move on these earnings. But I wanted to compare that with DRV, which has been a big play for me and my podcast. You had this amazing move August 17th at $35. You went all the way up to $85. So you doubled your money here in the span of 2 months. And you can clearly see that there's some volume along with that. Now, you do have a gap down here between 41 and 42. You have no confirmation. You've gotten out of your recent price. My guess is that we trade down to about 52, and we use this 200-day as support. I'm going to wait for a MACD cross up. You can clearly see the MACD is just on ski slope down. The RSI is at 36. It's kind of moving a little bit up into the bottom part of the Bollinger Band. But I think DHI is an interesting one to play against this. Obviously, there's a real estate bear here. Let's see. 3 times real estate bear ETF. There's DRV. Let's look at the bull. We'll put in bull. DRN. DRN is the opposite. DRV and DRN. So DRN, you've got to buy in here at $8. It's at $9.69. But it's clearly overbought at 60. So those are the two. Okay, I've rambled for enough. I'm done with the podcast. I am going to show the people on YouTube a little secret I just found out with upgrading the Mac. So I would, if you want to see it, go to an hour, close to an hour on the YouTube Live for today, if you want to see it. Again, tomorrow I'm traveling. The rest of the week I'm traveling. If I'm on, it probably will just be the podcast. It'll be a 5-minute one. I might do some YouTube shorts because I'm going to be on the road, so I don't have my whole setup here with the computer. But if you have any questions, hit me up on Instagram. Look at my link tree. It has my Twitter, YouTube, has everything. Thank you to the supporters of the podcast. I really, really appreciate it. You guys that tip me, you guys are awesome. I thank you guys. It's all about the Fed this week. If you want to play earnings, you can, but it's all about the Fed. So hold out for that Fed meeting. Okay, take care. See ya. Okay, share. Export song to disk. Export. There we go. WCC's a bear, Jesse. Give it up, man. What's that? In old school. No, was it? Oh, no. It's the Seinfeld episode with Eric the Clown where George is like, you don't know Bozo? You're Eric the Clown. You're a clown and you don't know Bozo? And Bozo looks at him and goes, give it up, man. Bozo was yesterday. You're living in the past. Jesse, you're living in the past with WCC. Now, here's what I wanted to show you guys. This one's cool. On YouTube Live. We're going to go here. And I'll blow myself up. And then, this is what's cool. Look at this. I updated. Now, oh God, that looks horrible. Let me see. Can I change the... See, this is what I do. There's you guys on my laptop or my iPad Pro. And there's my TV that you see me constantly staring at. There's my computer monitor. There's the light we always talk about with the high-pitched noise. So I could literally take you guys on a tour of the house now that I can use my iPhone. But we won't do that. See? Using the iPhone. Okay, and we'll go back to Safari View. Shrink that down. But how cool is that, man? Apple. Again, my mind is always blown at what these guys come up with the ecosystem. And so that's why I said, buy it buy it low, sell it high. And we'll go to Active Trader Pro. Because Boyle doesn't quite have the confirmation. We should have bought it when it dipped under 40, but it didn't today. It's at 40.41. $40.41, but it is going for a run. Let's look at the 1-minute chart for today. Oofa. Look at that. Okay, guys, I saw the thumbs up wasn't hit a lot. Let's go to there. It is Halloween. Who's dressing up for Halloween? New episode. Create. And we'll put the podcast in there. Insert an ad. And let's see. In the back room. I like that one. But Peacoat's still my favorite. Vinyl couch. That one's weird. Nightlight? Nah, that one just kind of fades out. Rue Severine. I know I've done that one before. The Zeppelin. Dorothy. Oh, I like that one. Okay, we're doing hammer and damper. We're doing that one. Okay. Okay. I am going to upload this. I will be right back. Oh, man, I'm sore. Okay. Sorry, I had to go make a phone call. You guys know I am traveling tomorrow. Don't use. Okay. Going out to LA. Um, those scans. Faux water resources up now. DHI and WCC. Okay, we'll close that. We'll move the market. Big earnings and Fed meeting this week. Update 10/31/22. I'm assuming I'm still broadcasting. You guys are quiet as fuck. There's 7 people watching. Oh, I'm not trading anything today because my housekeeper had back surgery. I feel horrible for her, but my pet sitter's coming, so I have to clean the house today. And I have to go grab some Halloween candy. Episodes. We'll scroll down to the bottom. Does anybody even look at my link tree? I know there's some people that do. Let's see. Fed meeting. Drake and Kanye. Comment on this tweet. And I'm going to go to Twitter and look the tweet. I can't believe you guys listen to Kanye. That to me is crazy. How much would you pay to be verified and get a blue check mark on Twitter? I won't pay. 80% say they wouldn't pay. And that's almost 1 million votes. Hmm. 10 websites that pay you for. Guys, I don't know why I followed this while the hashtag keep pounding is trending. Earnings this week. Yeah, there we go. Copy link to tweet. Why is that not in HTML? We're going to do this as a link. There we go. Boom. Utilities, biggest catalyst of the week is the Fed. Okay, I'm just going to do this. Car. car, BP, Uber, Sun, MPLX, Qualcomm, MRO. Okay, we'll do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. After close. Before open. After close. mRNA. Sorry, I got. No, I gotta look at what they did to OJ on Twitter. I'm assuming it's funny as fuck. Let me finish this up. Wheat. Shanghai Disney DIS. Cat stock. Fed rate hike on Wednesday. Okay, there we go. And then I am going to take this. Copy. Okay. And then I gotta open up Twitter. I'll tweet this out, Joe, and then I'm gonna look up OJ. Maybe I'll just do a Google search. And whatever they did to OJ, OJ fucking deserves it. I mean, let's be honest. I don't like OJ. I'm going to leave these in there. I like these. I like those little buttons there. We'll put in car. That's hilarious. Did you guys see the what is it? Lick Me Under or something? The dude who said he was fired. Turns out it was all a hoax. I don't know if Elon was in on it. Most likely he wasn't. Elon's not that funny. Newsflash, Elon's not that funny. He really isn't. He's not a guy that you would kind of hang out with, I don't think. We're going to do this. And then I am going to do. We're going to take these. X. No. What did I do? We'll tweet that. Hold on 1 second. And then I'll move back. Twitter. Boom, 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 boom. I did it. And we're going to put in the top actives. So, TQQQ. SOXL, SQQQ, PBR. I went over Apple. I know I went over Apple. Vail, AMZN. We're going to put in SPY. AMD. I had AMD. Meta. Meta under, God, is it 96 again? Meta's down $3. Tesla, we'll put in Tesla. I didn't go over that one. Shopify up. God, Shopify, by the way. I love that one. SoFi. Let me see. Options. Let's look at options. High option volume. What is top option scans? HYG. Ford. BAC. We'll type in AMC. GME. We'll just tweet that out. What the hell? I know. Well, it's got its confirmation. Boyle is not going crazy like normal. But if you bought it at 40, under 40, and you're at 41, got a nice 4 or 5% move here. It's got a gap. You can see the gap here. This is the down here in the bottom right. This is Trade Armor. And you can see the close, which was 35 something. And then you opened up here at 40. So you had a nice move up. 16% from the close on Friday. Let me see. OJ. Prank. Do. Man, type in OJ prank into Twitter. OJ Twitter.
Start off the day by congratulating Elon Musk taking over Twitter. Maybe I can get authenticated. Maybe I can get a blue check.
Oh my God.
I've tried for years to get that blue check because there's so many fake O.J. Simpson accounts.
There's so many fake O.J. Simpsons.
Simpson and instead of an O, they have a zero.
Who wants to be O.J.?
A bunch of them, and from time to time, people would say, "Why did you say this?" And I'd say, "I didn't say it. That was one of those fake accounts." And I'm sure a lot of people probably deal with that.
I'm sure a lot of people probably deal with that.
Maybe that's what he'll up to sell too. So many fake accounts. In any event, let me talk about what I like talking about, football. Everybody's talking about Tom Brady today. Tom Brady. Look, Tom Brady's not the coach of this team. Todd Bowles is. And Todd Bowles is a gentleman. He is a nice guy. And he's one of the great defensive coaches in football today. Now, I questioned last night.
By the way, who thinks OJ has CTE?
Defense, the way they were running over
Just like Herschel
guys,
Walker.
I don't know, and I don't know how much input he's doing with the defense right now. All I know is this.
What a douchebag this guy
former
is.
head coach Bruce Arians quit, I didn't hear much complaining. There seemed to be a sigh of relief back there.
By the way, the funniest thing on this is if you look up here, the Kenny Lay parody. Nothing like OJ taking a stab at getting verified. That's funny. I like this DRN. I'm gonna copy this. There's my MACD cross up to buy, and I'm going to name it DRN. Save edits. Oh, Well, what the fuck? I should have an alert now. Oh, no. That was edit. That wasn't copy. DRV. We're changing that back. Save edits. And then what you have to do is you have to clone it. And you have to say DRN. And create alert. Boom. So here's what I wanted to show you guys. And let me switch over so I don't do anything. And this is an exclusive for YouTube, because I keep you guys informed. I am going on to TrendSpider today to talk to their billing department. I've told you guys about the Black Friday sale that comes up for TrendSpider. They added a special award to my my account. And it's the Black Friday deal from last year, which was 50% off. Which was, hey, thank you for, being a continued customer, blah, blah, blah. And then they emailed me, and I need to find it. TrendSpider. We had a special discount. Did I delete this? Mother, I'm going to kill myself if I deleted this. I shouldn't have deleted this. October 29th. Where is it? I know I saw it. Maybe it's in one of my other boxes. Let me see. There it is. No tricks, just treats. Here, I'll go back. Safari. So the Elite, which is the one that you can use my algorithm with, the Elite, $297. Now, the discount expires November 1st. So tomorrow it expires. $297. That is better than the Black Friday discount that I got. And so I want to claim the special offer. I am going to go back to Active Trader Pro because I'm going to try and do this to see. Buy now, get instant access. Let's see. Default workspace. And then I need to go into my account page and see, did I just get this discount? Billing. No. Okay. I'm going to chat with them. I'm going to chat with them. They are great. Send message. $297. Okay. By the way, TrendSpider is phenomenal. TrendSpider is typing. These guys are awesome. Their customer service, by the way, TrendSpider, is beyond belief good. The other platforms like TradingView and things like that, no way they're this good. I shouldn't say no way. I just don't think there's any way that they do things as good. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to go into Facebook while I'm on here, and I'm going to open up a room. Introducing new feed specifically for Daily Stock Pick. No. How do I... Hold on. How to create private Facebook group. That's what I want to do. Tab groups, tab create group. Okay. Upper right hand corner. Menu. Group. There we go. Group name. Daily Stock Picks. Choose privacy. We're going to do private. Hide group visible. Okay. Create. I'll add this to my okay. Add question. Okay. Who hosts the Daily Stock Picks podcast? Checkboxes. Gary. Bozo the Clown. Chad. Chad the lacrosse guy. Brittany bitch. Who else? I can't put OJ on there. Elon Musk. Oh, Jim Cramer. Okay, save. Group rules. Get started. No promotions or spam. Be kind and courteous. No hate speech. Respect everyone's privacy. Your inclusion. Let me see. I'll look at it real quick. Okay. Okay, create. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Here we go. Community home. Invite. Oh, how do I do this? How do I find? Oh, here we go. That's it. And we'll go to link tree and log in. Why is Linktree so slow? I don't have anything open. That's crazy. Linktree is slow. Let's do settings. Man, Linktree is slow. Social icons. We're going to put add icon. Oh, I can put it up top. Maybe I'll put it up top. Add link tree. Put it up top. There we go. Better. Okay, let's see. And we're going to move Facebook up here. Okay. You guys on YouTube, in my link tree, you know what? Let me copy. Copy. I'll put it in this chat. So up top, you'll see a Facebook. If you guys want to be included, and since you guys are diehards, I will make whoever wants to be an admin an admin. Because I'm not going to moderate this thing myself. It's going to be way too crazy. There you guys go. I see Alexis in there. Guys, Boomer Me has to figure this out. Okay, so I gotta figure this out. Instagram Direct, Messenger, all messages. Notifications. Where are you waiting for replies? I want to delete that. Okay, home. Okay, it alerted me that. Okay, let's see. Request. approve. Joe, you're in. And Joe, what I'm going to do, you're going to become a moderator in here. But now I got to figure it out. Okay. Add. Admin assist. Jackson, I got yours. Let's see. Approve. Now I got to figure out how to make you guys admins. What? No. Delete. Community home. Members. Add as admin. Send invite. Add as admin. Send invite. Okay, Jackson and Joe, you guys are admins. Anybody else that wants to be a admin, let me know. Probably will be 9 people asking to join this thing. But what I'll do is, to get more people to join, I will post up on my socials some exclusive stock charts that will only be on the group. So here's what we'll do. Let's see, what stock chart can I look at? Oh, TrendSpider's texting me. What stock should I look at? Let me see. Main algo. Run. I'm chatting with TrendSpider. Oh boy, energy has taken off. I'll put in Devin. Let's put in, I'm going to close that. Let me see how this comes out. Okay. I will type something inaugural later, but hopefully you guys see it. And I got to get going because it's 10:30 and I got to get packing, go to the store. I think I'm in there as a member. Let's see. Groups. Your groups. Groups you manage. Oh, I should. Let's see. Manage. I need to name and description. We're going to do a cover photo. The cover photo should actually be menu. Group settings. Name and description. To accompany the Daily Stock Picks podcast. See more here. And then we're going to copy our link tree. Copy. Privacy, web address, there we go. Group color, white, badges. Members who can join. I'll have to add these linked pages. You can link pages you manage to the group. I don't care about that. Recommended group, nope. Apps, nope. Let's see. Add apps. Oh, I can't do that. Nope. Let's see. Menu. No. Boy, that's a long list of apps. Why don't I have... Let's see. Edit. Choose from upload photo. Okay, come on. Why are you so slow? By the way, Boyle has lost all of its there we go. And we've got the photo up there. I will post charts and okay, save. Add a cover photo. I like that one. We got that one. Okay. There's just a couple of us in there now. Save changes. 5 posts. Keep it up. How do I have 5 posts? The hell did you guys do? Invite members. Generating a QR code now. Oh, copy code. Code is copied. Let's see if I can put this up into boom. Copy code. Oh. Oh, it crashed. Story. I typed like 120 or something. Okay, here we go. Oh man, Instagram is just effing up when I want to post a story. I'm not going to do it. I'll post it later. Discard. Cancel. I wish I could do. Let me see if Twitter lets me. No. I guess not. Okay. I am out because I got to go clean. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Boyle is back above 40. Kind of came all the way back down. I continue to say under 40, buy it. Over 40, sell it. So I will see you guys. I'll probably do a podcast a little bit tomorrow. I probably won't be on YouTube Live, though. And I won't be on YouTube Live while I'm doing the podcast. Maybe after I do the podcast when I'm in LA. Just so you guys are aware. But, okay. I will see you guys later.